It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
In the criminal justice system, sexually-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are their stories.
So I actually didn't call her out on the situation. I actually decided to stop talking to her and feel back from her. And it's not the situation that blew me over the top. It's how she downplayed the situation. So it was about a job. It was a regular remote stay-at-home job that she had ended up getting. But we would, like I said, we was in the process of both getting jobs. Like, I tell her about jobs, she'll tell me about jobs. We tell each other everything. So, anyway, jokingly, it came about because I was like, girl, you about to have to start going to bed. Basically, we about to have to start getting off the phone because you about to start work. She was like, I know. And then I was like, and come think about it, bitch, you ain't tell me about the job. Like, what happened? I was like, why you ain't send a job to me? She was like, because you're going to be cussing them people out. So, I'm like, cussing them people out? We both be responding to shit the same way. Mind you, she already got fired from a job for cussing people out. So then she was like, and you don't have no Maryland address. Do you have a Maryland address? So before anybody think the situation is petty, I'm going to be the first to say it. It's very petty. So I only start feeling a certain way about the friend situation when I looked at how she was playing about it, how she was going about it. Okay? So first thing first was, me and my friend had started looking for jobs, like work from home jobs. I'm already the plug with that stuff. I already know that stuff. But I just recently decided that, you know what, I'm about to just start doing something to keep myself busy. I'm not really a go out and work type of girl, but I will. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just try to fit it in my schedule because I already do gym. I already mom. I already, church every Sunday and all that. So it's a reason why I was just looking for, something just to, contain me while I would keep me busy. You know what I'm saying? Because I had decided, I want to stay busy all the time. I already run several businesses. I already do a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? So, but that downtime, sometimes I have downtime. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want my mind wandering because I just went through a vicious loss. I lost one of my favorite cousins, and it's so crazy because most of that fell on my best friend at the time. I'm always talking to her, my little sister, or my favorite cousin that I had ended up losing. So everything pretty much fell on my best friend, which was cool because we always on the phone. So we both were just talking about, getting jobs and stuff. I'm the money mover. I'm always giving her the money plays. Like, she was my assistant and everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but I pay her. Anytime she need money, I'm the one she come to. For real, for real. So I had even started talking about therapy because I went to therapy before. But I had told her, I was like, I'm not wasting my money talking back to, going back to therapy. I'd rather talk to my best friend or talk to my little sister since the cousin is gone, right? So I was like, I'm about to just look for a job. Boom. She need a job. She has to have a job because me and her financially, we two different people. You know what I'm saying? But I don't look at her no different or nothing. So I had told her while I was looking up the jobs and stuff, that's how I came across the Indeed, people getting snatched and going missing stuff. I had asked her to send me her email. It was some jobs that I came across that I felt like would fit her. You know what I'm saying? So she sent it to me and stuff like that. I'm always telling her resources and everything. By the way, I live in Texas. I just want to put this in that story. I don't know if you guys remember and or heard of last year, Texas had a hurricane. Texas always had hurricanes and tornadoes. And it was July the 4th, though. It was 4th of July. I was out of town in Cabo. So while I was out of town, my previous house got destroyed. Ceiling fell in, and on top of another, it was already recovering from another situation, tornado or hurricane. So anyway, basically we talking about it, and I'm like, yeah, they giving away free funds and da-da-da. And so, cause she really was going through hard times, and she was like, I don't have a text address. Can I use your text address? I was like, yeah, girl, you know, if it was a problem, I wouldn't have told you. You hear how I told her about that? She didn't have to say, oh, but I don't have a text address. I didn't tell her, oh, you don't have a text address. Do you have a text address? You know what I'm saying? So that was the issue. So back to what I'm saying. So I was like, she got the job. So she ended up getting a job or whatever. She applied to this job in Maryland. Mind you, she don't even live in Maryland no more. She moved out of state too, right? So, and I don't live in Maryland. But we both have lived in Maryland before. So, she had ended up applying to a job. She got it, which I was proud for her. But I had to pull teeth to find out that she got the job, because we would be on the phone all the time and we'd hang up or tell each other, oh, yeah, I got this job interview at etc. So once, 12 o'clock come, if the job interview is at 12:15, we'll remind each other, all right, get off the phone, get ready for your job interview, good luck, love you, da-da-da. Okay, so she ended up getting a job. So I remember talking back to her. I'm like, yeah, so whatever happened with the job? Da-da-da. Oh, I got it. I was like, oh, girl, why you ain't tell me? Da-da-da. She ended up, like, trying to downplay it like she didn't care. So I was like, oh, girl, that's good. Me, I'm the hype up bestie. So I'm, like, super excited for her, So, boom, as the time come on, because she was supposed to start the job around the 16th or the 17th. At first, she told me the 17th. I was like, dang, girl, when you start, I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you. Look, because she, had a deadline to where she needed a job. So I was like, and look at God, you know what I'm saying? Always praying for this girl, everything. So she was like, I know. So I'm like, as time get closer and closer, we about to have to get off the phone. All that standing on the phone to 12 and 1, laughing and giggling and all that. You got to get on the phone. So anyway, she ended up, like I said, I had to pull the info about the job out of her. So I was like, okay, when you start? She said 17. I was like, how much they pay? Oh, it's something slight, not nothing. Only 17. I'm like, shit, but that's good, girl. It's not the most, but it's not the worst. So she was like, yeah, but I'm still looking for something better. I'm like, girl, I know. And if I come across something, I'm going to tell you. So it's getting closer and closer. So it never dawned on me when, she got the job, why she wasn't telling me, oh, yeah, Bess, I got the job, I got hired, they pay, et cetera, et cetera. That stuff on the if a person wants you to know basis. You don't have to tell me how much you making, da-da-da. But you know that I'm sending you jobs, telling you about opportunities, giving you opportunities too. You don't say nothing. And so it kept popping back in my head. So I remember we on the phone just casually joking and playing and shit like that. And I was like, yeah, bitch, because you ain't tell me about the job. It was something surrounding the job, like your first day coming up or something. And she was like, she said, cuz, Bash, you gonna be cussing them out. So I'm like, what you mean I'm gonna be cussing them out? So she like, so mind you, when I asked her what she meant, I'm like, what you mean I'm gonna be cussing them out? I ain't asked her like a bitch, what you mean type of thing. But I'm like, I said, girl, what the hell you mean I'm gonna be cussing them out? You literally got fired for cussing people out on the job before. Because she told me about this. I wouldn't know none of this. She ain't tell me. So I'm like, no, bitch, that's you. Again, this is how we talk to each other. We playing, So she like, I'm still, it's not clicking because, again, I'm on so, oh, yeah, because you ain't tell me about this, that, and the third. But in a playful way, how we do. Her response is what got me. She was like, cuz, Bash, you gonna be cussing them people out. So I was like, bitch, no, you really got fired for cussing people out. Da-da-da. And she like, and you guys have a Maryland address. You don't got a Maryland address, do you? So that was the eye-opener for me. I'm like, okay, so now she trying to make up all these. So now it dawned on me. I'm like, now she trying to make up all these excuses. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, nah, this my best friend. Ain't no way she doing this. But when it went from how she was saying, she did the excuses she was making about not telling me she got hired. Then it went from, I'm going to be cussing them out. Then it went from, you don't got Merlin address. Do you got Merlin address? Then it went from, when I am the address. Then it went from, it was just too much. So I just left it alone and tried to put it to the back of my mind. So then, this was one day. So then, that day went ahead and stuff like that. I was a little thrown off. But like I said, I tried to put it to the back of my mind. Because I didn't want to think, nah. So like I said, I tried to put it to the back of my mind. Because I'm like, nah, she wouldn't, you know what I'm saying, be on no weird type time. And I done did too much for this girl. You know what I'm saying? She ain't going to do that. So then I'm thinking to myself, like, again, it came back up. It ain't come back up automatically like that. Like, but you know what I'm saying? I know we went throughout the day, we talked. The next day, I had ended up having to wash my hair. And I know that I was going to be recording my hair mask and stuff. So I was like, I'm going to call you back. But I had a job interview before. I ended up rescheduling my job interview because I only had my foundation in. And so that's what made me think about it. So it came back up. Me having a job interview is what triggered it. So I'm like, I'm wondering, should I say something to this girl? So then I just decided that I didn't want to say nothing to her. But the whole time, I'm acting funny, like just not talking on the phone. So what I mean by acting funny is like, cause I ain't no fake bitch. I can't be fake on no level. So I just was like, you know what I'm saying, like fell back for real. I don't want to use acting funny scratch that I said that. I decided to fall back. So I you know what I'm saying, just wasn't talking on the phone to her. You know, if we text, I text here, there, because really and truly, I didn't know if I wanted to address the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I put it to the back of my mind. I wanted it to disappear, but it kept coming up. So I ended up praying on the situation. And someone was just telling me that she was acting funny. So I was like, but not acting funny, more so like, no, something's off with this situation. Like, it's either she don't want, you know, you to get that job or something. But she pretty much told me that when she was like, you gonna be cussing them people out. So I started, like I said, falling back from her and more so just talking to her kids. So I wasn't talking to her. I was just, you know, holding conversations with her kids and stuff like that. Because I don't like putting kids in situations and stuff like that. Like, I don't do that. So, and then I was honestly going to let it work itself out. And the reason that I even went about this way is because, again, I only trust 3 people with all information about me. It was her. It was my cousin that's no longer here with us. And it's my little sister. My little sister got twins. She be on her own, living her own little life. You know what I'm saying? Like who? So, boom. I'm having conversations with her kids and stuff. So I'm like, you know, the kids reaching out to me and stuff like that. So I end up telling her daughters, I'm like, y'all get in the tub and call me when y'all get out so we can pray. Which they end up calling me, but I was disciplining my child because he had did something, got in trouble with my youngest son. So then she had texted me or something, and I was like, so I was like, she texted me something, and I was like, where my nieces were, like, where the girls, something like that. And she was like, mind you, I had already been throwing shade, but not fake shade, like just feel back shade. It's a difference. So she responded, like, I'm talking about, we wasn't laughing, none of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? She ended up texting me and all that, and I wasn't responding. So anyway, she was like, I told them, if I call you and you don't answer for me, or she said, I said that if I call you and you ain't answer for me, you can't talk to them. So I got serious, because, like, you know what I'm saying, I was already serious. She knew I was serious. She could tell something was wrong. So for her to try to act like she was playing in an instant like that with the kids, so I texted her back. I said, keep it like that. Cool. So she studied, I guess, playing, sending fuck you emojis and all this. But at this time, she's very clear that I'm not playing or whatever. So boom. I ended up stopped texting her. The next day, good morning, Beth. Something, what you got going on down there? I wasn't texting her. Didn't say nothing to her. So, anyway, she saw the tweet where I was like, y'all, so tell me, is this valid or whatever, the TikTok that I made or whatever. She saw that. And she started responding to it, but on Twitter. So, now I wasn't talking about the situation at all on Twitter. She was like, and she was playing, I need a new best friend or something, because I'm sick of mine, da da da. So anyway, I'm serious though, y'all. It's been like 2 days now. So, she saw my video response to one of my followers asking, and I was like, no, it's about money, da da da. So she decides to go make tweets. So she's fully aware, you know what I'm saying? Now she's not getting no responses from me. No calls, no texts, no nothing. So this when she goes to Twitter to try to, I guess, look for clues like Blue or something, I don't know. So, but mind you, she's saying a few clues on TikTok because she's seen the original video, which I was genuinely asking y'all, is this valid? And I was asking without even trying to put the situation out there. You know what I'm saying? I was like, is this valid or am I tripping? Because I really wanted to know. So then she was like, she's saying my response to one of the followers and was like, what about money? Oh, well, I never played with nobody money and da-da-da. So I responded to her tweet. I said, you want some attention so bad? I said, because I won't tell you what the fuck is going on. XYZ, this, like, yeah, so what's going on? Because I never played with your money and da-da-da. She already knew that wasn't what I was saying. She just wanted the answer. So, okay, we having little words back and forth was on Twitter. But Twitter really too messy, you know what I'm saying? But that's really what she wanted for real. So I was like, all right, you know, but I really got shit going on. I really got people that know me, and a lot of my Instagram followers that come on, you know, Twitter, like my family and stuff. And some of my family follow me on Twitter. I didn't want it to get like that. I'm not saying they don't follow me on TikTok, but they follow me on Twitter more and Instagram more. So I was just like, you know what, let me just delete this. I end up telling her, but I end up sending her a voice recording telling her what it was and da-da-da-da. So she basically tried to downplay it, and that's what I ain't really fuck with. So she was like, when I brought it to her, she was like, I didn't know what the fuck you was talking about and da-da-da-da. I said, okay. I said, so I ended up telling her because I knew she knew. And then when I brought it to her, she was like, I vividly remember. She was like, and I forget what you said. And so, child, when I told this girl what it was about, she was like, I mean, it's valid. Like, her responses was as if, bitch, I ain't do nothing to you. You did something to me. And XYZ. And I'm just like, stop trying to find something wrong with me because you know it's something wrong with you. So I kept telling her she don't take accountability. But what really got me is that during the time that we're tweeting each other on Twitter, this situation has nothing to do with nobody being scared or any of that. She comes out and say, you can't bully me and da-da-da-da because a whole bunch of bullshit. Like, it was really a whole bunch of rah-rah. So I'm like, bully? I said, bitch, you can't be bullied unless you're scared. I said, where the fuck does that even come from? One thing you don't want to do is speak fighting words to me. Like, huh? Are we talking about the same thing? So, like I said, y'all, I ended up telling her what was going on. She did agree that it was valid. Also, I just want to say, throughout me telling y'all this story, nowhere am I going to downplay anything that she did or said. Like, if she did it, she did it. If she said it, she said it. I'm not trying to make her look bad. I'm not going to never do that. Because she really was a good friend. But when it came time to take accountability and on her part, she didn't do good. It wasn't that. So that was the issue for me. And I told her that. And then it's like, once I was telling her about, I feel like she's jealous and she's a user. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not 50-50. It's either 60-40, 75-25, 80-20, or 90-10. She just kept luring to the fact. Like, she was talking about a whole bunch of nothing. She wasn't talking about nothing for real. So then, it was just a rack of bullshit. And so that was my issue. You know, like, when it came down to her taking accountability, she couldn't. And then she had a nerve to bring all these other people up. Like, she was like, I'm not this person, and you can't say this and do this. And I'm like, bitch, we talking about you. I know you not this person, because if you was this person, the conversation wouldn't even got here. This is about you. When you need XYZ, who you call, who there for you to do this and this, that, and third. And then she was like, well, we always agreed that we don't like when people throw stuff up in the face, and you telling me all this stuff that you did for me, and and I'm trying to get her to understand, like, I'm not telling you like, oh bitch, I did 1, 2, 3 for you. I'm just letting her know why I feel how I feel. Because I gave you this, that. I done gave this girl 20 plus opportunities. It was never about the job. I don't need the job. I just wanted to work to keep myself busy. That's what it was. And so I end up telling this slow ass girl, I'm like, you know, I'm trying to get her to understand why I feel how I feel. I'm like, it's never about the job. You know, it's about now how you reacting. I want you to get my point. I was like, so basically I said something like, you let a good friend go because XYZ. And she was like, I ain't let a good friend go. A friend left, but tried to take the word good out of it. But y'all, I don't want to get on here and tell her business. But when I say it's stuff I did for this girl, her own mother ain't do. I done sent this girl money that she ain't even never had to pay back, but asked could she work for when that's not even her prices. So basically I'm shortening and cheating myself. Like, this girl then took shit from me that I ain't even have. You know what I'm saying? Baby father got her car towed, I paid for. And so I end up telling this slow ass girl, I'm like, you know, I'm trying to get her to understand why I feel how I feel. I'm like, it's never about the job. You know, it's about now how you reacting. I want you to get my point. I was like, so basically I said something like, you let a good friend go because XYZ. And she was like, I ain't let a good friend go. A friend left, but tried to take the word good out of it. But y'all, I don't want to get on here and tell her business. But when I say it's stuff I did for this girl, her own mother ain't do. I done sent this girl money that she ain't even never had to pay back, but asked could she work for when that's not even her prices. So basically I'm shortening and cheating myself. Like, this girl then took shit from me that I ain't even have. You know what I'm saying? Baby father got her car towed, I paid for. I done did free house packages for the girl. The reason she in the house she in now. I done did a free car package. Like, I done went above and beyond as a friend. I done did shit for her people wasn't even doing the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Her and her baby father was facing eviction. It's so much that I did that I really don't want to get into, but I'm only saying this just so y'all can understand where it comes from. You get what I'm saying? But she one of them type of person. And I heard her own baby father tell her, like, she's selfish. She'll never understand. Like, it have been times when he'd be like, if it was me, you wouldn't do that for me, but it's you, so you look for me to do it for you. So basically, and I don't like him either. He attempted to run off on some money and not pay me with stuff. She ended up paying me though. And I had to send her a message for that. I'm like, you referred this man to me. He didn't even pay me. And I told her, I'm like, you know, you referred this man to me. So these your people. You allowed your people to do somebody that you call a friend wrong. And you ain't gonna fix it. She ended up sending me the money and stuff like that. And then that's another thing she did. She mentioned in the messages like, how am I selfish and I'm this and I'm that, but I was the one who paid you back for him, and he told me not to pay you back. So the conversation went from 0 to 5,000. Because when she started throwing in my face like, he told her not to pay me back, I'm like, yeah. But what was going to happen ain't happened, because at the time she was pregnant. And it's like she tried to act like she didn't know. Deep down inside, I felt like she knew. My family was telling me she knew. But this just exposed, something so small just exposed how she really is. And I basically told her that. And yeah, that was it. So I cut her off, y'all. Moral of the story, females is wicked. You know what I'm saying? And they'll act like, you know, they don't know what's going on. All in all, be knowing what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the conversation had went from 0 to 5,000. But I just decided that, you know, she's not my target audience, friend-wise. You know what I'm saying? And I just decided to cut her off because, like I said, it's some jealousy, it's some secret animosity, it's something there. I don't really know what's there, but it gave off a jealous vibe and it gave off like secret competition. What I kept telling her was, it's the same. People want you doing good, but never better than them. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the reason for me even getting a job is because it's been literally so much going on in my life that I'm trying to always stay busy. Like, I don't even want to be able to breathe to go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I find information out.
Hobby Lobby.
So y'all want to know what was the weirdest part of everything? It's not about, the money. It wasn't about nothing. It was about the fact that she came out her mouth and said, he was the one that told me don't pay you back. Like, she was already trying to deflect from everything, but the fact that she mentioned that her baby father was attempting to run off on me 2 years ago and she paid me back. I feel like she paid me back because, one, the baby that she was having was my godchild, and she probably thought, like, I'm going to benefit more if I pay this girl back. And so she already had knew that he was running off. Like, that's what I got out of that whole thing. And over the time, as we talked, about it, it never came to my mind, because when I'm dealing with a person, I'm genuine, I'm personal. I don't expect you to do me no way I wouldn't do you. Because I'm still thinking about two things that really told on her and these two things irritated me the most out of everything. Like, I wanted to take it there, like how I usually take things, but I'm growing up and I'm in a different era. But two things that she said that stuck out to me that made me know she was telling on herself was when she said, he didn't want me to pay you back. He told me not to pay you back. When I told him I paid you back, while I was paying you back, he said, why? And I remember when she mentioned it to me, and I said what I said. But then, the other thing was, you can't bully me into making you that. And I'm just thinking, like, what the fuck? This story has nothing to do with him not paying me back almost 2 years ago. Neither does this story have to do with fighting and bullying. There's no threats. Like, come on now. Like, you call a friend out on doing some weird shit or claim they want to know what's wrong or what you got going on, and the first thing that come to your mind, their mind to say to you is, oh yeah, when he was running off and wasn't going to pay you your remainder $450, he told me not to pay you back. I reached out to you before doing what I wanted to do. Then you're not bullying me. Like, how the fuck did we get here? So, me being on 10 toes, I know what that means. You jumping all over the place to deflect from some shit. And no. A person like that, I can't even play with. And the fact that when she knew I was serious, she gonna say, I told my kids they can't call you if you don't answer for me. Okay, keep it like that. Because you're not playing. And then one of the most important things that made me feel like this too is when that came out, it made me realize, oh, so you did know that he was running off. Even though any smart person, if I would have told this story to any person, they would have been like, girl, you know she knew. But she was like, I was trying to stay out of it, anytime he mentioned, mind you, it wasn't nothing to mention because he got once he moved in his apartment, I let him pay me half and half because he was her baby father. But my thing is, the only reason why he moved how he moved with me was because he knew he could play like that with you. Because if I refer one of my people to somebody to get something done, they not going to play with that person. And if things start getting unchy, they going to come to me and let me know XYZ what's going on so I can intervene. It's never going to be no, oh, I didn't know he was running off. He kept me out of the whole thing. I mean, yeah, he kept you out of the whole thing because he left you before you had y'all. He left you before y'all had y'all last child. And you acted like you ain't know he was leaving, but you did the apartment application for him. So you knew that the credit and everything had posted on the profile. I'm talking about months past. This man was supposed to pay me something within a month's time period because they had fell on hard times. It ended up getting stretched out to damn near almost 3 months prior to. And I started feeling like I had to beg for my money. But my thing is, I'm seeing her post them and all this and all that. Her talking about how she don't lift a finger, this, that, and the third. And that prompted me to then be like, damn, she really letting this nigga play with me. Because at first I gave her the benefit of the doubt. And that's another thing that I do. I give the benefit of the doubt too much. I be thinking the person ain't gonna do me how I ain't gonna do them, but they gonna do me like that. And that's a lesson I had to learn.
What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. Back in the confessional. Yes, we staying lit, big dog. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to my player partner, Lucky Wizard Deals and Keys Lit. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Hit the links down below. We got HiveMindLabs.com where you can unbig that back. Yep. And yeah, man, we're gonna keep it lit, big dog. Okay. Use the discount code everydaypj at checkout. Now let's get into it, man. I ain't really got much to say about her story because I mean it was kind of whack, but I fuck with it. I mess with it. But yeah, she right. You know, you gotta cut some friends off. So I guess I'm gonna give y'all my story time because I really ain't got much to say about her story time. Like it was just weird. So story time. Remember I told you I put a picture of me and my two friends the other night, and I was like, "Y'all gonna get a story time now." Me, I'm gonna call them B and C. I mean, if y'all know us, y'all know who they is. It ain't no big deal. But I met Chris when I was like 17, and Chris was like, "Hey, I'm from Hoover Crip." And I was like, "Is he a little white guy?" And I just said his name. It don't matter anyway. So we was tight, and we started hitting licks. We was robbing a fast food restaurant. We was hitting their ass up for hundreds a day. So that's how we became cool. Like I asked them to pack my chicken. I said, "Just pack the chicken. I'll hook you up." Packed the chicken, and I called them to the restroom. Split the money with them, and then we just made it bigger from there. And so that's how we became friends. When we were going to school together and everything. Then that's when I met B. You know what I'm saying? And a bunch of other people. You know what I'm saying? So mind you, all these people that we meet over our lifetime is what's gonna bring me to this story time. Because as we got older, I remember we had this deal where we was getting like 10,000 blues. If you know what a blue is, then you know. If you don't, just don't worry about it. So we was getting them for like $300 and get 10,000, right? So we get 10,000 blues for 300. We got a plug. I'm watching my friend do it. I'm like, damn. It's like you know, do a little deal. You meet up, message to people, tell them what they want. You can get blues, oxys, cigarettes, all that for the low. I'm talking about cartons. You know, cartons are like $40, and we spending like $6. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a motherfucker order a couple cartons of cigarettes, like a case of them, get them in the mail, and you know, then go take them to the hood store and sell them the whole carton. You know what I'm saying? For half the price. So while we getting them for $6, then we turn around and sell them for $20, and you know, flipping the money like that. But we still getting them blues. The cartons wasn't no money. It was just like seeing how good stuff was. And then we'll get you get some oxys. They wasn't as good. So, you know, oxys go for like $80 a piece. And, you know, we spending like $6 a piece. So, you know how that go. But we just did a trial run on them. They wasn't good. We didn't mess with them no more. But the blues was legit. So we hitting them every day. Well, so my friend, see, he had to pay this white guy to get that connect, right? I think he paid him like 10 stacks. It was something crazy. So we got the connect. He hit him. Got the first pack in. I'm talking about selling whole lots. Like, you can sell, a lot is on 100, but I mean we were selling the whole 10,000 for, a good whoop, about $5,000, half off, pretty much like 50 cents a piece. So we become the plug of the world. And people are like, oh, I need all of them. I need all of them. Because we had them so cheap. When nobody getting them that cheap and getting that many, you know what I'm saying? And so it was me, B, and C. And I think maybe he was 23 at the time. 22, 23. I don't know. I just got out of prison. So I was hurting for money. I was working at Ready Ice, delivering ice. And so he put me on. He was like, man, you my best friend. He said, do this a couple times and you can buy my Cadillac from me. So I'm like, all right, I do it a couple times. Break him off. Boom, brand new Cadillac, right? Then, but he getting Chargers. I'm talking about we was pulling up and everything. I done bought a Mustang. I done bought goddamn. We got a Ford Torino. We got trucks. What else we have? Yeah, I already had a Mustang, so I put rims on it, Beats, all that. Cadillac Beats, all that. So we balling out, chains, firearms, everything. And so everything is hidden. And we had another friend that was a friend of B's. And that friend used to always ask, hey man, put me on. We're like, nah, we can't put people on because we don't want to blow up the spot. And that friend just kept on. Well, the friend knew how we would do it. So that friend would, by this time, we thousands up. We was up. And when I remind you, I was working at Ready Ice, going to work G to fuck up. It was like, yeah, you ain't just selling no damn Ready Ice. You heard him. It was like, don't your ass get in trouble. I was like, man, I ain't doing nothing. I couldn't work every day. But that friend, we all know him, and that friend waited till B was in his house in the shower or something. Bro went through his computer, got the name of the plug. I think he like forwarded the email to himself or something like that, and then he started doing it. Well, when he started doing it, we started to notice, hey, he coming up on, and then when you selling stuff, people talk. They're like, oh yeah, I got these from so and so. Like, shit, where he getting them from? Cause I didn't give it to him. C didn't give it to him. And B like, nah. B like thinking something suspicious. Like, bro. And dude is all in. First, dude was over there all the time, and then he just, started being distant. It's supposed to be one of our friends. He ain't my friend, cause you cross me, you an enemy for life. Anyway. So this how we find out the friend was grimy. This fool he was doing everything wrong. So when he was ordering the stuff, and when he got in, he got his like second or third package, and the feds was waiting on him, busted him, right? So they was like, well, where do you get this from? How you? And he told on B. So then B ordered one. Bam, got busted. We all still ordering. B get busted. We like, fuck. I got like one package coming here, one package going there, one package going there. So I'm just pulling up to different people's houses, like nervous. I had one go to the post office and I went to go get that mug. And I was nervous. And they gave it to me and everybody was looking at it like, the fuck is this? Cause it looked like it was, but we had to tell them like stop sending them like that, like make them look nice and crispy. Hell, these things could be made in somebody's basement, but they had like push packs. So like when you get 10,000 of them in a box, and they come in little packs, that's what made them so everybody wanted them, cause they was coming in packs. But when you get like a bunch of them in packs, and you get like a bag of them, and like looked crazy. But just give us the push pack. So we had to pay a little more to get the push packs. I think it was like instead of 300, it was 500. So it didn't matter. We got. But I was waiting on the mugs, and B get busted. Now we like, man, what the hell is going on? B call C, and from jail, I'm like, hey, stay away from so and so. Bro is telling. So we're like, damn. So C come call me, let me know. He said, man, we gotta stop doing. I said, bro, I got like 3 more packages on the way. By this time, I think the Fed, they was on to us. They got B. Then now they trying to figure out everybody else. Well, thank God we got through it, but B was like, yeah, so and so's telling, and dude got out, and so then dude went to Chris, hey, does it, and you know Chris didn't say nothing. I keep saying it. Anyway, Chris didn't say nothing, and yeah, that dude was supposed to be cool with us, and stole the plug, messed up the plug, got arrested by the feds, told on B. B did like 2 years on that one, and we basically skated, but the money went from tall to flat broke like that. Not flat broke, but like I said, I got a lot of other stories of things that happened in the meantime, in between time, and on after that, to where everybody started going to prison, and then this one other dude was snitching and all that other stuff. Our house got raided, and then yeah, man. Sometimes, man, friends will do you dirty, and then they be mad because sometimes you can't do it. Like everybody can't win like that. You want to put your friends on and stuff like this. Like you want to put your friends on, but sometimes you got to gatekeep for the safety of everybody. And then that friend was so greedy or whatever, and he lost everything, and then told on everybody. And that guy still walk around here, but he ain't no. We don't really fuck with him, or we don't fuck with him at all. But the thing is, you was supposed to be a homie. You was already with us. Everything else you got, but he wanted what we had, and ruined it for everybody. And caught a case, but he actually got off because Bo got caught and copped to it. But they wanted to see who was the mastermind behind it, and so Bo went to prison, and Chris went to prison. I actually didn't go to prison, but I almost went. But luckily, mind you, I told y'all I had a job. When police came to my house, and they was like, how you got all this money? What you doing? This and that, this and that. I was showing them my paychecks. It was summertime, so if you ever drove trucks for Ready Ice in the summertime, $2,000 a week, easy. So it was nothing, and they was just like, oh, so they left me alone. I think they were still suspicious, but they couldn't prove nothing. The only thing they had was dude telling on Bo, and that was it. And As simple as that. Like, yeah, don't don't hustle, kids. It never ends well. Then imagine making $100,000 and then go from that to being jobless, not making no money, got a baby on the way, and all that other crap. You know what I'm saying? And then even that, I was dating this girl at the time, and when we got into it, she threatened to tell everything, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. That's freaking sad. So I left that girl and went and got back with my other ex, who I ended up being marrying. And yeah, that didn't last very long, but that's a whole nother story time. She was pretty cool though. She a dope ass lady. But she was like, she always warned me about people like that, and I was just like, she's like, girls gonna be trying you. You don't need to be doing this. Y'all need to be doing this. And I was like, man, ain't no girl gonna try to show enough. That girl was ready to tell it all if I didn't do stuff for her. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. So, everyday people, let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in as fast as 1 week.